so the law of attraction is really big when you're working with anxiety, because if you can begin to do visioning and affirmations that you are well, that you are peaceful, that you are calm, that you are in control, and you visualize it and you try to get into the feeling state of that, you will begin to see more evidence of that, because that's how the law of attraction works. The whole quantum world is whatever we focus on with our mind and our thinking, we bring into our life. And so it's very important to teach children to see themselves as really powerful, and that they're way more powerful than this beastie thing that they feel like is controlling them. You know, when you're in a place where you experience a lot of anxiety, you literally feel this big, and you feel like this anxiety thing is this big. And you live your life thinking about that big thing that's always right there. So what I teach kids is, how about if we do a little role reversal here? We make that the anxiety, and we make this you. And you are way so much more powerful, so much bigger, so much more than this thing. You don't have to be afraid of that. That's just a tiny little thing. It's just a fleeting thought that went through your head. And when you let it be here, when you let the anxiety be this, it's because you latched onto the thought and you really embraced it and you really bought into it and you really focused on it. And so you got more and more and more and more and more and more of it. So when you switch it out and you start putting a little dot of I am powerful, I can do this, I can rock this thing, I'm bigger than that, I'm bigger than this, I'm bigger, this is a little thing. This, your power gets bigger, and that thing becomes less and less the controller of your life and your mind. And so the law of attraction, and teaching that to kids, what you think about, what you talk about, expands in your life. You know, don't come home and tell me about all the things that went wrong with your day and that made you anxious, that made you fearful, that made you feel isolated, that made you feel lonely, that made you feel like you're a loser. Come home and tell me the one bright spot in your day, and tell me it in detail. And if you need to tell me it 3 times, tell me it 3 times. And then maybe tomorrow when you come home, you'll have 3 good things to tell me. You know, and I say to my daughters, you know, don't tell me about the stuff you don't like about the teacher. Tell me what you do like about the teacher. Find one thing that you like about that class. I don't care if it's that you're sitting next to your boyfriend. Whatever it is, find something nice to say about it, because the more you complain, the more you find what you don't like about something, the more you're going to get it. And it's a game. And when they start, you know, and I said, you know, nobody likes to own that we create everything in our life. We create anxiety in our life because we choose to focus on anxiety-provoking thoughts and beliefs and fears. So some people say, yeah, well, that's easy for you to say. It's like, well, it wasn't always easy for me to say. There was a time where I couldn't sustain a positive thought for 6 seconds, and I actually was sitting with a stopwatch. And I rejoiced when I could stop the anxiety for 6 seconds. I mean, that was my world, people. I was in a very survival mode with that.